Hi friends, and look what I have for you today. That's right, we're making stuff today. We're making sweet spaces, we're making mini baby food, and we're making a princess. Well, I mean, she was probably always a princess. We're just bringing out her princessness. I picked these all up at my local Target. I thought we could have fun putting them together. Join me, won't you? With me as always for the difficult unboxing, Nate the Great, my box cutter. And these all, since they all involve making, I see them already all as difficult. So why don't we go ahead and start with the Make It Mini baby food, since that needs to stay outside to cure anyway. Now, with the Make It Mini baby food, you get a baby, you get food, but you do have to make it yourself. I believe these all have little pinholes that mark the different ones. So this pinhole, as you can see right there, is on the top. This one seems to have a pinhole here on the side. We'll start with this one that has the pinhole here on the top. They are 8 to make and collect, and each set, I assume, like I said, is gonna have a baby and then some sort of meal for said baby. So let's find this rip strip and get started. All right, we're starting off with a super cute container here, very, very space age, kind of baby bassinet situation. At least I assume this is going to end up being our bassinet. What else do we have in here? We have a baby. Futuristic space baby. I hope it comes out. This is very, seriously, this is very Jetsons to me. And if you don't get that reference, I'm old. Now I will say this baby is not as soft as the mini brands babies. And we're also dealing with an eyes closed situation, just like with the other babies. I don't get why, when babies are old enough to sit up on their own, they do a lot of looking. They keep their eyes open quite a bit. And it looks like we have the start of a high chair. We also have, I think this is going to be the tray for our high chair, possibly. Perfect. What else is in here? We have a little thing of multigrain cereal. Oh, look at this little serving set. Look at this dishware set, Mini Firsts Company. So we have a little plate with little sections here, bowl, I assume with a suction cup on the bottom so it doesn't come off the tray. Little silverware and a little sippy cup. I'm gonna show you these pieces a little closer. No, listen, there's a little cat face inside there, but there's no suction cup on the bottom of this bowl, so you know this bowl's going on the floor. Tiny sippy cup with little, this needs to be turned, there we go. With little cat ears, tiny spoon, tiny fork. We also have some cute little bunny kitty packaging. And in here is, ooh, like a little cutting board or a prep board, maybe, with a little hole here that looks like it's meant to hold a sippy cup. Are we making this baby a teeny tiny charcuterie board? We also have tongs and a spoon and a knife, even though you really shouldn't give a knife to a newborn baby. And now, what is in this one? I'm assuming this is ingredients, right? Some sort. We have little blueberries, Happy Sun Farms blueberries. Oh my gosh. Look at this this bunch of it's got stickers. It's got the little banana stickers. How precious is this? Oh my gosh, we're gonna get to peel the bananas. So this is gonna be fairly simple because that's it. That was all that was in there. So these are our meal options, looks like. So there's bottle bundle 1 and bottle bundle 2, which this is like new, baby. Brand new, baby. And then we have the cereal and fruit baby. I believe that's the one we have, right? It's cereal and fruit. Then potato and veggies, yogurt and fruit, oatmeal and fruit, applesauce, and then eggs and avocado. We're getting kind of grown up there at the end. Okay. This one is gonna be fairly simple for us. We're going to, and I love that, we're gonna peel the banana. Oh my gosh, we get to slice the banana. And then we're gonna add that and the blueberries. And then we're gonna add just a little grain, the whole grain cereal on the side. And then the baby's gonna have a delicious meal. I love this. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna lower our view here. So we have that. Let's get our bananas. Oh my gosh, I love the detail on this. It is so stinking cute. Shall we start? Let's start with 1 banana. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna cut this? It feels, just so you know, it has kind of like a powdery, and you can see it on my fingers too. It's got kind of a powdery texture. Hopefully this cutting will go easily. We'll see. Oh, it did. Oh, nice. Wow. Impressive. It's a little powdery, but still that turned out, I'm like really surprised how well that worked. I think I'm gonna do one more banana just because I made some pretty big slices. It's hard to get really detailed and tiny on those slices with a butter knife. Perfect. Okay, let's set those aside. And now, oh my gosh, maybe I cut too many bananas because I realized now I'm like, this is actually kind of a very small plate. So we're supposed to take our bananas that we've just cut free. It's kind of like a charcuterie, huh? It's like a baby version of a charcuterie. Okay, bananas are in, and they want us to put the blueberries on top. I can do that. There we go. What do you think? We'll start you with this. Not the safest and sturdiest way to hold a baby, but that's okay. It teaches the baby resilience. Let's put some multi-grain cereal, get some little Cheerios. Now we know that at least half of these are gonna end up on the floor or in our hair. So let's go ahead and just dump out a bunch into this little bowl. And in case you're wondering, these have kind of like a bead, like a plastic bead consistency. And that mess, the baby did that. I didn't do that. The baby's already making a mess, just so you know. And no, listen, the only thing I will say is disappointing is we don't have anything to put in the sippy cup. Well, here's an empty sippy cup, baby. Enjoy that air. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy how easy that was. This is gonna be our second ball, and again, pinhole is right there. Let's open it up. All right, here's baby number 2. We have our usual table and Babel. No, I'm kidding. It does look the same though. And again, the texture for these babies, I prefer the texture of the other, the 5 Surprise babies. This one just feels a little bit more rubbery. So yeah, the table, we'll attach, go ahead and attach that now. This is actually pretty easy to snap into place. Sorry, baby. Hang in there. And now what do we have here? I don't remember what all the different meals are. I just remember there was different stages, right? So we have for this one, which is an older baby or a younger baby. This one's going, ooh, I think we're going older. We have awesome eggs to cut. Yeah. And then, oh, some toast. We have, oh, we're making avocados. We're making avocado toast. Cute. We also have, oh, a bowl, a mixing bowl. Tableside guac. And then a mash. I love that. A masher for the avocado. And then another spoon and knife for the prep. And finally, we have this baby who is a little bit older. We have this baby's set of eatery? I was gonna say eatlery, cutlery. Nice plate here. Again, still no suction cup, but we have a little sippy cup. And then we've got our fork and spoon. And just in case you wanted to see these individual pieces, here's the plate. Here's the bowl with a little smiley face. I like how it has the sun, kind of sun motif. The sippy cup, happy sun. And then the fork and spoon. And then our little serving tray, which I think is just the basic tray. We actually get to mash this avocado, and I'm here for it. I'm here to mash the avocado. So the steps are, we're going to cut up the avocado. Of course, we're going to take out the pit. We're going to scoop out the avocado, cut the eggs up. Oh, and we're going to mix in, I guess, the yolks. Gonna mash up the avocado. Oh my gosh, the toast. You can put the toast in little strips. That's so cute. Okay, here we go. Got our avocados, and they're sealed with that frustrating thing like you get at the grocery store where you have to either cut it or just rip open the netting. Okay, avocado 1 is free. And oh no, I lost part of my peel. But I also love how these have the little stickers as well. Oh no, we're falling apart here. So we have our avocado. I'm gonna cut that up. There's a cute little pit inside. Usually what I do when I have avocados is I stab the pit with a knife and pull it out that way. Because this is family friendly, I won't do that. I'll just set that aside. So I think this is meant to be, you know what? I think this is kinetic sand. That's why it has that kind of powdery feel to it. And that's why I can cut through it, is because I think it's a form of kinetic sand. And by the way, here is the pit up close. Now we've added these, and the next thing they want us to do, clean up this baby food. The next thing they want us to do is cut the eggs in half. And they make it, like, I don't understand the picture, because the picture makes it seem like, whoa, that was way easier than I had expected. Okay, so we're only serving the baby. Okay, so I see. We're setting aside half of the egg, and we're giving the baby, we're putting the yolk in the other half to mix it in with the avocado. I understand. Okay, so we can get rid of 2 of these halves, set them aside, save them for something else. And then we're going to half the yolks. I did this wrong. I should have cut the egg in half, but it fell out in pieces. So that will be the part that goes to the baby. And then this part will go in the avocado mix. Same with this one. I'm gonna press it in there too, because it's a kinetic sand situation. So I'll just press that in there for the baby. And then the other part goes in the avocado mix. Okay, and now that they're both in there, we're gonna mash it. They're not really mixing well. I think I'm gonna mash by hand to make them mix up a little easier. Not too great, but I got them mixed a little bit. So after that, we get our toast. And I love that they have these cute little, I don't know what these called, plastic tag things. And then we're gonna take out some toast. And yep, it's got some scoring in it, like that. There's a little bit of ripping involved with this one. So here is the baby's plate. We're gonna give the baby a little bit of, I guess the toast has to go in the big spot, right? So this mash is gonna go in the bowl. This is gonna be so messy. So there's this avocado yolk mix for the baby. So that will go here. And then where's your spoon? Spoon. And then we'll set our eggs there. And then we'll give the baby, let's give him 1 piece of toast for now, because that's a pretty decent sized piece of toast. And that's baby number 2. Up next, we're gonna do our LOL surprise princess. There are 8 to collect, and you get to make a princess dress. And I'm assuming this is different than the one that we did with that kind of water gel goop, right, where you would press it on to make the dress. It seemed like it was a little bit different. It seems more like of a sand art thing. So as you can see, you add the mix, you mold, and then you have a dress, and it color changes. So why don't we go ahead and open this up and get started. Here we go. Looks like we have a place on top for our princess to stand. This is a very hefty ball, by the way. And inside we have the, I feel like this is gonna be a handle. And it is indeed some sort of very fancy handle. It's kind of like a teacup. Is that what this is gonna be? Is a teacup? Interesting. Put that there for now. Looks like we have, oh, we have a crown. I love it. Oh my gosh, is this going to stay? Put that there. We have, I'm assuming these are probably princess details that are gonna tell us who it is. Okay, a cute little yellow top. Love that for her already. This looks like it's gonna be the dress mold. It does appear to be in 2 layers. So I sense that the sand is gonna be maybe 1 layer and then maybe water in the outer. This is beautiful butterflies though. This is probably shoes. It feels very tiny. It is indeed some shoes. This I think is the doll. We'll save that for last. This is, ooh, a royal, probably a royal, well, do you need a tiara if you already have a crown though? Regardless, here is our tiara. Ooh, a mystical, magical kind of powder that doesn't move. So I'm guessing it must be like maybe a gel base. And here's another one. Yeah, and this, so it's kind of liquidy, right? Because you can see it moving. Oh, maybe this came off of here and this is supposed to be on top of here. Yes, okay, so that wasn't her crown. That was just the lid for this. And then that's that for this. And this looks like it's meant to come apart. I'm not gonna pull it apart yet, but I suspect that's what's gonna happen. Let's move this aside for now. Let's check out our princess. Ooh, look at that beautiful hair. I love that. She has a top, thank goodness. Let's get her a top at least. Super cute. Love that for you. Now, let's read the instructions. Actually, let's look at the collector's guide and see what the other 7 are. And then we'll look at the instructions. Ooh, these are gonna be some beautiful dresses when we're done. Okay, so we have, there's popular, rare, ultra rare, and fancy. We have Charm Queen, and she's going to be a popular. And then it looks like our fancy is going to be Masquerade with that blue dress. So, ooh, we get pink. I don't want, I don't know why I'm saying that. It's like, of course, I saw the pink. But yeah, pink and yellow, my favorites. It's as if this one was meant for me. Now, instructions. Oh my gosh. Why can't this be like baby food? Looks like there's 17 steps. Well, we did step 1 and 2 very well because we basically opened it up and took all the items out. But I was correct. It does look like we're making some sort of teacup. That's what this is for, not to take it apart, but to click this into place. How fancy. Next up, we're going to stick the dress on the top of this, upside down. Lock that in. Okay, because I guess we're pouring the liquids into here. And these, I assume, are gonna be our fill lines, right? Step 5 is to open these containers. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna get my friend. Hang on one sec. Everyone, you know my friend Dixie. And Dixie is gonna help me with this because I feel like this is gonna end up being a huge mess. So we're gonna open these up and take off the seals. That is step 6, is to take off the seals. Step 7 is to dump the little one into the big one. So I guess we're doing some sort of possible activation. And it makes sense because this is kind of like, as you can see up close, it's halfway full. So let's dump this into this. And I love that the lid is smaller so I don't mess this up. And you can see it dripping down there. I think we'll call that good. And now they want us to recap this. We shake this for 10 seconds. Does not look like it was shaken up at all because all of the white stuff is at the very bottom. I'm gonna try for another 10 seconds, hang on. Okay, it's not really changing any, so we're just gonna go with it to the next step. So the next step is to fill the outer line, it looks like. We're filling the outer edge. Oh, they sure are trusting. We're filling the outer edge to the red line. I suspect I can probably pour from either one of these sides. I think that's what this is made for, right? Just to make this, oh, look at me learning and growing. I don't think any of this, I assume the white stuff right here is the color change, and I fear that we're not gonna end up getting color change. I think we're good all the way around. Here's the kicker, we have to wait 35 minutes on this. So I'm gonna set this aside and we will work on the sweet space. All right, we're moving the camera back up here to check out Suite Spaces. Your room, your rules. This comes to us from Goliath Games. This is the bedroom all in one set with 30 accessories to decorate your way. As you can see, we can do some rolling on some wallpaper, or we can drill stuff, or put stickers maybe. We get to choose our wallpaper and flooring, which is very exciting. And you can stack your spaces. Let me see if there's a slightly bigger image here. I'm sure there probably is in the collector's guide. But here's all the different spaces that you get to design. How cool is that? So I picked this up, like I said, at Target. These were I wanted to get all the sets. All they had currently was the bedroom set. So if I enjoy these a lot, then perhaps I can look online and see if I can find other sets. We have, we get some vines. And we get to be builders too. We get to build the walls. And then transform the wall and bed. Oh my goodness. This is like legitimate like wallpapering stuff. Holy cow. Nice. Oh my gosh. And then we get to hang our wall decor for real. How cute. And then we build our wardrobe. Oh my gosh. We're like house designers. Okay, so here, I think this is going to be all of our deco stuff. We have this cute rug. A different cute rug. Look at this cushiony pillow. Little coat hangers with a rainbow and a sun. A sticker, I'm thinking, some sort of sticker art for our wall. A sponge, I'm assuming that's gonna help us apply the wallpaper. Some vines, got some more stickers, lots of stickers. And then all record. Vinyl, little tiny record. More record. Oh, this person listens to a lot of records. Oh, nice. And then one more album here and one more coat hanger. On the sides, actually let's grab this first. Nothing. We have, oh, is this gonna be maybe our bed and stuff, huh? Looks like we indeed have our bed, part of our bed anyway. Look at our little toolkit. Oh my gosh, and our little paint roller tray. Oh, and then the record player for our records. How cute. And then we have our little drill and our little roller. And then I'm not quite sure what this is yet. I'm sure all will be revealed as I go. Here is our headboard for the bed, and I believe that should just snap into place. There we go. A little extra work, but yeah, cute. And these, I believe, are going to be our walls, right? And our wallpaper possibilities. Wallpapers? Or I guess, no, this is flooring, huh? This is the flooring. And these two must be our wallpaper options. Some other pieces, I assume this is the floor, and these are walls, because this one looks like it has the holes in it where you can hang stuff up. So, some other pieces to make our building. And then this is gonna be our shelving, I think, our open wardrobe. So let's set this aside for now and start putting together our walls, huh? All right. So one of these guys, this, surprisingly, is gonna be the other wall. I don't know why I thought this would be a floor. I'm assuming this is the brick facade from outside. Some nice soundproofing foam, I guess. And then the floor. Perfect. We have started our space. Now, I didn't realize that in addition to these, we also have these options. Okay, I've inserted those walls. So, by the way, if I've inserted the wall, do I really need to roll it with a paint roller? I don't know. We'll see. But the floor, my options, I could go with this, which then it does start to seem a little, especially if I'd gone with yellow, that would have been too much. Or I can go with this, which seems like it might be too busy. And then my other options are this, which, whoa, it's too clashy. Or this, which is not good either. So, okay, so I'm taking this off for one simple reason. When it says transform, there's an option to, I'm guessing, this is an option either to paint or to use wallpaper. So I'm going to see what it looks like with the paint first, and then we can switch over to the wallpaper. So I have my little, it's supposed to fill this with water. It is filled with water. Dixie's helping me out here. And then we run this across the wall. Let's see what happens. See if I regret this choice. It looks like it just got wet. So I guess I don't understand what the point of this, and now this is just damp. Repeat until the transformation is complete, then allow wall and bed to fully air dry. So I guess I need to keep doing this. Is there gonna be more hiding underneath? Ah, there we go. So I meant to remove this. I'm gonna dump this out here. I meant to remove this. Okay, I'm going to do this off screen and then I'll come back to you. I will say, this isn't my favorite. This seems like a lot more work and a lot more mess than I thought I signed up for. Hang on one second. I finally have my wall painted. If you're going to do this, I'm going to give you some tips. As you can see here, there was a large mess, and the mess was made worse by the fact that the first instructions I get are to assemble the walls, right? And then to paint. But the problem is when you assemble the walls and then the paint is a little bit drippy, then you get it on the other areas as well, and it drips all over the place. Do not assemble. I know that it's part of the thing of painting a wall in a room, but don't assemble the walls until after you've painted this wall, just because it's gonna, I promise you, it was a huge mess. It was all over the tablecloth. It's a huge mess. We're gonna press on as if none of that had gone wrong. I'm not a huge fan of this. This is like a little bit over the top for me, so I am gonna cover this up. I'm not going to do the transformation for the headboard just because it was such a huge messy pain to do the wall, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. And now I believe I understand this is meant to be hung up, like this is like a shelf, I think. So we're gonna push through the wall here. Just gonna find a good spot to drill. There's one. Assuming these are properly spaced. There we go. And there we go, we have a nice little shelf. And I think that's all the hanging of the wall decor that we can do because I think they only gave us just the one shelf. So we can maybe put our records up here. And then we can put some stickers. And then one nod to the moon here. Hopefully this should be fairly easy to do. Cute shelving, like it. And I assume, yep, this is probably gonna go across, oh, maybe this holds our records on the top because there's like a little ridges there. And by the way, this sponge, I believe, was for the bed. We have cute little drawer and then the little storage area on the bottom because we want the slanted side, I think, to face out. The picture doesn't specify, but I'm going with my assumptions here. And by the way, that's our 35-minute timer for the dress. And we can add a drawer. Very nice. Probably never getting that drawer out again once you put it in. And then some little side shelves as well. Let's put that here. And we'll put the bed here. Okay, we have our pillow. Oh, maybe one of these is a blanket. That would make more sense. I think we'll put the rug under this here. And then let's put a record on the player. And we can hang on. This is very IKEA. These should hook on naturally. I shouldn't have to work to put those on there because that means I'm gonna have to work to take them back off. And my main concern is for younger kids who want to play with this, simply because it might be hard for them to take these off so that way they can play, because I know little kid and I know my daughter might have trouble with these, and so that's my concern, as well as with this drawer. And then we have some vines. Are they supposed to go on the wall? They have a little wall punch thing, so I guess you could just have vines growing out of your wall. I'm just gonna put them right there. And there's our bedroom. Now, we heard the alarm for this being done, so let's see how our little dress actually turned out. So we take this off, supposedly, if this goes well, and we unclamp this, and that, and then we should be able to just gently pull it apart, I hope. And then the dress will be in one piece. Let's find out. Oh, nice. Okay, that works nicely. The other side, oh, I don't want to ruin this. There we go. Okay, and then I guess the rest of this you can just kind of slip it over her head, right? Nice, that came out nice. I will say I'm kind of disappointed you can't really see the butterflies, can you? It still looks quite cute. Shall we check out this transformation? Here we go. Okay, how about if I just, how about if I put the eyes directly on the part of the dress, and then maybe we can at least see one little bit of color. Okay, so we get a darker shade here. I guess I have to leave her here for a bit in order for this to actually work. Okay, we'll leave her in for a second here. I wish it had been a different color. I'm sorry. I wish it was not pink with a darker pink. I feel like that is not as dramatic. I can see it transforming, but I feel like that's not as dramatic of a transformation as it could be. And there we have it. What do you think? Honestly, I will say, I think this time around, the babies, the Make It Mini baby food was my favorite. It was so fun to cut through that kind of kinetic sand and make cut the bananas, and then cut the avocado and cut the eggs. That was so brilliant and so clever. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I highly recommend that. This Suite Space, I do recommend this as well. I did enjoy this one. I'm not crazy. I would just warn you, I'm not crazy about the wall painting just because it ended up being so messy. So I will recommend to you, again, don't put the walls together before you paint. I think all the accessories are pretty cute. I am disappointed the drawer now is stuck and the hangers are not easy to remove. And that's simply because I know my daughter's gonna wanna play with this, and kids love to stick stuff in drawers. And so the fact that she can't open that is gonna be a bummer for her. This, the LOL Surprise Princess, also super cute. I also recommend this. Again, I'm not crazy about the fact that the color is just a darker version of the pink for the color change, but I love how well this sticks together. It was pretty mess free. Everything, the instructions were super easy, mix everything together. And then even with the filling the fluids, they even had a rest for you to use. So this was nice as well. Very easy to make. What do you think of these things? What is your favorite? What would you like to see more of? this is what I have for you this time around. Thank you so much for watching. I always enjoy spending time with you, and I will see you next time. Bye.